Gary is going to kick the bucket, but the real question is, who is going to be behind it? What's good, y'all? Sugar Sis Erica Bain coming to you right here on Erica Bain TV with another Sistas video. And in this one, we're going to talk about who going to take Gary up out of here. Because there are options, and there are quite a few suspects. If you're new, hit that subscribe button and turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss out on any of my sisters' content and conversations. And without further ado, let's get into it. Y'all, my number one suspect is definitely Fatima, but under her, it could definitely be Zach if he wants to spare her and he gets a little bit too angry, a little bit too emotional coming in on whatever Fatima might have set up, and then he jumps the gun. I definitely think that Zach and Fatima end the running to take Gary up out of here. But also, we cannot sleep on Mr. Jordan, who loved himself some Andi. I don't know his last name. Yeah. I think that he is getting to his wits' end as it pertains to Gary Borders, and he is 100% a potential suspect in trying to solve the problem with annihilating this man with a crime of passion. I don't necessarily know if it'll be premeditated, but I know that he's sick of Gary and he ready to do something about it. Next down the line is some characters that we have yet to see, which are the cartel. Gary clued us in a few episodes ago about how he took some cartel money and funneled that towards Jordan for his campaign for city councilman, wrapping him up in some illegal activity. And when the cartel come looking for their money, maybe they get tired of Gary because he's also done something like this before and they don't actually want to deal with him no more. I don't know how far they will take that, but that's a possibility. Also, let's see who else. Andi. I personally don't think that Andi got it in her. Could she do a crime of passion? Is she getting pushed to her wits end and have some kind of rage? Maybe, but I still don't see it for her. I would love to know what you think in the comment section down below. Who do you think is going to take Gary up out of here? Let's go ahead and turn this into a conversation. Y'all, I really feel like Andi is definitely frustrated. She's definitely pissed. She feels like she's being put up against a rock and a hard place. She's being snatched out of the beautiful life and love and sex that she was having with Jordan peacefully, perfectly fine, when Gary came with his ultimatum and his blackmailing and all of his shenanigans. So I think that she has motive, but I don't know if she actually has skill and will to do the actual act. If Karen wasn't pregnant, I would say that she could do it, but I think that she's thinking a little bit more sensibly and she's in her nesting stage as a mama. So I want her to steer clear of this, and I don't think that she will actually be one of the potential suspects either. And I'm going to go ahead and throw Sabrina and Danni up in there. They don't care that much. They might love Andrea Barnes, but they don't care that much and they're not about to do any of that. So they're not even on the table. Could Hayden be responsible with getting his frenemy up out of here after he also finds out that Tamara is sleeping with Gary? Again, motive, reason could be a crime of passion, but I don't think that Hayden has it in him either. All Hayden has in him is incel energy and antagonistic energy. He wants to start something. He loves to throw rocks and hide his hands, but he is never going to full on beat nobody's ass, and he's not going to put nobody in the ground. He is just going to talk like he want to do it and then point out how ghetto you are for being really able and capable of doing it. Which brings me back around to, actually, before I come back around town, Hudson. Could Gary's underling turn on him and be the reason that he actually loses his life? We haven't got a ton of character development as it pertains to Hudson. If they chose to use Hudson as the person who does this, I think that would be an easy way out, and they would kind of sacrifice the story because they haven't given us additional seeds or contacts on if Hudson could possibly be disgruntled, if Hudson could possibly stand to benefit anything from Gary's death. So I think it's a possibility, but it's not one I'm going to fully consider because the story hasn't been set up in reference to potentially leading in that direction. Which brings me back to Fatima, Zach, and Jordan. We know based off of character descriptions and characters that have been cast for both future episodes of Sistas as well as Fatima that Zach will end up back in prison, and I'm wondering if he's going back to jail and waiting a trial based off of the death of Gary Borders. If that's the case, then it literally links it links Fatima and Zach to Gary's deaths as the number one suspects, which will rule out Councilman Jordan. And honestly, if I had to make a choice between the three, I would lean more towards, out of all three of them, Fatima would probably be the one to, if not actually directly kill him, be the one to cause his death by calling in Madam. And y'all, I have been saying this for quite a while, how I felt like Madam being introduced to the series was something that ruined it, because the fans have like not been able to let it go, and they harp on it, and they kept wanting Fatima to deploy Madam to take care of Karen and to check Karen. I thought it was completely overkill. Now this is one time where I will actually allow it. I would excuse her going to Madam and getting Madam to deal with the diabolical Gary Borders, because he needs to be handled once and for all, and Madam is the one who has the skill set to do it. So I guess that leaves me to Fatima is the one who is going to either kill Gary or have him killed. And it's unfortunate because she already been speaking out loud about how she wants a permanent solution to the Gary Borders situation. And I'm like, girl, if you're going to do this, keep your mouth shut so they have the least amount of evidence possible and you can beat the charge. Again, I want to know what you think in the comment section down below. Who do you think is going to take Gary up out of here? Let's keep this conversation going, and I'm going to see you in the next one.